Welcome to Convertibot Reviews. I'm your host Convertibot, and the star of the show today is the Mechanical Skull Studios Sirius. Or, for those who grew up in the 2000s, this is a legend scale version of the Transformers Armada version of Starscream. And yeah, this is a really cool figure. Let's get into it.
First things first, painting and sculpting on this guy is absolutely amazing. Alright, everything you see here, nicely painted, and it looks like Starscream jumped out of the Armada TV show. The cool part is he also features some landing gear as well, which just folds out from the nose and the two in the back, and comes with plenty of accessories as well. However, most of these are only relevant to the robot mode, save for one. This little guy is Swindle, Starscream's minicon from the show, and like in the show, he can actually attach right onto Starscream to give him access to his null ray cannons, which just flip out. Not spring-loaded, you actually have to move them. Not much else to say about the jet mode, so let's move on to size comparisons. Here we have the New Age Lucifer, that Legend Scale G1 Starscream, the Legacy Cybertron Hotshot, recent deluxe figure, and the Legacy Armada Starscream.
So, despite its small profile, it's actually a really good figure. While the jet mode is definitely a cartoon accurate, it's not even that cartoon accurate. The arms are very different. If anything, that's something that the Voyager does a little better. But for the size, you get a lot to go with it. And with that, let's get into the transformation and show off the real main event for this figure. Cue the music.
Woo! After a quick and easy transformation, we have a robot mode that looks like it jumped off of the 2000s cartoon. And yeah, it looks great. Swindle can even combine like he did in the show here as well, and you can get some very good poses and one hell of a reference. You're all mine, UNICRON! Hands that come with them are all on ball joints, and you get a set of closed hands at an angle, and closed but open hands mainly for holding swords, which leads directly into two swords, one with hinges, one without. We'll go with the hinges and one here in a second. With the one without, you can just stick it right into his hands, and yeah, it basically becomes one. Well, it's awesome. Or I don't know how to describe it any other way. It's awesome. Now, if you know anything about Transformers Armada Starscream, he always took the sword out of the wing, which you can do here. this part of the wing actually just comes right off, so it can actually look like he took the sword right out of his wing. Pretty nice. It is unfortunate you can't store this sword in the wing, but hey, there's this other sword that has hinge joints that... Oh, yes please. Sword just folds right up, and yeah, you can put it in right where that wing was going. And even then, you can still wield the sword as well, so it's a great little play feature here. With that, I'm glad to say you can make full advantage of this with some excellent posability. The arm can do a full 360 and has a hinge at the shoulder. The arm also has a good amount of swivels for bicep and all that. Hand as well, it's on ball joints. And there is a double bend at the elbow with one heck of a butterfly joint. The wings can also get out of the way as they're on ball joints as well. Cannons can move freely on hinge joints as well, so you can get them out of the way to allow for the head to be able to move around. He's got a very limited waist swivel, however, if you move his cockpit up, not only do you get a larger waist swivel, but you also have access, or at least the possibility, of an app crunch and an arcing back. It's really good, actually. As for the legs, you can move forward that far, back that far, thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and a ball joint of ankle, which allows for a pretty good pivot. Obvious joke. This is probably one of the most posable figures I have ever seen. For its size and scale, it is darn good. Bring in a stand and it becomes even better, which hilariously enough goes right up his yeah. But either way, the figure looks great. Posability is top notch. Let's wrap this up with some size comparisons. Here we have Sirius next to Lucifer, G1 Starscream, Hotshot, and the official Armada Starscream.
I will say this before I cap off the review. While the G1 Starscream is far more recognizable, the Armada Starscream is the version I grew up with. And it's a stark contrast between the two. You got a sniveling, conniving backstabber versus a honorable warrior trying to figure out his place in the universe. Will try to seize power if he can, but yeah. Either way, I'm Convertibot. That was Sirius, or Legend Scale Armada Starscream. And yeah, I fully recommend this figure. For the price, I got him on Show Z for, it was like 35 bucks. Future me put it in the, right here. And as for my next review, well, let's just say, just like the last one, this one has been taking up a lot of space on my darn phone. I need to get them off. Stay tuned.